Hello, 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 hello. Camera. The camera I-11. It's a video response to your Atheist Deny Obvious Truth. Well, you brought up some interesting ideas in there, and I'd like to go over them. One would be, how can you deny the obvious complexity and design of the human brain? Well, we can deny that it has an obvious design, as you put it, based on what our observations would be. For those atheists who follow it as under a evolutionary type standpoint, would you say a river has a design to it? I mean, how complex is it that a river will follow a path and change course and go over easier ground and what have you? Or would you attribute that more to, I don't know, something like physics? That it's going to change a course. If blocked, it's going to take an easier path to travel. Um, Electricity, would that be designed? There's so many things that, although the nature of them may seem extremely complex, don't necessarily need a design, but they actually follow what the physics dictate them doing, or the physiology and what have you. See, you're looking at something that has been developed over many hundreds of thousands and millions of years, and seeing where the result is now and calling it incredible design. It does serve a purpose. It does serve a purpose. Absolutely. You talked about that before. Purpose is something that is given, though. A stick on the ground. Actually, where I'm going with this is purpose is also subjective. A stick on the ground may just be a stick on the ground. However, I can give that stick purpose. A walking stick, a fishing rod, a club, a spear, a bow, a tool for doing all sorts of things, a knick-knack on the wall. The purpose is subjective. The purpose is what I give it. Otherwise, it's just a stick. So yeah, purpose is quite subjective. An atheist, at least all atheists I know personally, if God opened the cloud, this was something else to you, that no proof, even if God opened the clouds and shouted down to them with his booming voice, still atheists would not believe. Actually, we would. I mean, you really got to put some logic behind that. If I keep denying electricity is real, I keep saying it's not real, and I stick my finger in a light socket and I get shocked the crap out of, I'm going to believe in electricity. If I believe fire isn't hot, I'm talking about, it sounds ridiculous, but let's say I do not believe fire can burn me, that fire cannot harm me. And then I'm going to prove it and stick my hand in a fire. I'm going to be proven wrong right then and there. I have no choice but to believe. That is not up to me whether or not I'm going to believe it. I may say I don't believe just to try and do something with an ego thing, but when we really get down to the nuts and bolts of this, I believe wholeheartedly that fire's going to hurt me and electricity's going to shock the crap out of me, just like I would wholeheartedly believe that if a booming voice came down from the sky and said in a clear and plain voice, "I am God." And especially when we got billions of other people who also heard that, so I know it's not just in my head, you better believe I'm going to believe it. Oh, yeah, I will drop to my knees then and there, and I will just be sweating like crazy, pouring tears, begging for forgiveness. Absolutely. I'm pretty sure just about every atheist who believes in any kind of self-preservation would do same. So I'm gonna have to call you on that. Um, so, key points to cover in your thing had to do with design of the brain. It's all perspective. You perceive that it is an actual design, and you made a comparison based on computers are obviously designed. Yes. I would not say the brain is obviously designed. I would not say the human body is obviously designed. If it was designed and designed so well by a master creator, we're subjective to too many things. Physically, we are one of the worst as far as adapting to environment species on this planet. We actually will change things in our environment to adapt us. We don't have nearly anything that other animals have. The only thing we had that helped us advance was the imagination and ability to invent tools to help with to help us as a species and a civilization to succeed. What's a good idea in one area ended up being good ideas in other areas. Take the bow, for example. Talking about the archery bow. How many cultures that never met each other actually invented that? Imagination is a wonderful thing. Spear, how many cultures that never met each other? We're talking going back thousands of years, invented the spear. You know? So I would say our invention and our design is based on our necessities. The brain to have been designed had to fill some necessities. Sure, I can grant you that. But that would have been through evolution based on over time. In other words, you would not have needed to produce something in your mental or physical body without the actual environmental necessity for it. And the last thing I want to say on your video is this is actually a grade. I agree with you. Making these videos is not so much because you are planning on winning any kind of a debate, although time to time that would be absolutely fun. But it is for interactment, it is for entertainment, and it is for education. I'm imagining that you, like myself, have never really learned more about evolution or Christianity than when you finally started coming on YouTube and really having the discussions with other people. I do know more about Christianity and religion in general in the past few months than I did in the years prior to that, looking in libraries and looking in other places on the internet. So anyway, I did subscribe to you, and I even added you as a friend. I find you quite interesting. So somehow magic, respond if you like. If you don't want to, don't. That's fine, but my video stands. Anyway, the camera eye. You have a good one. We'll talk to y'all later.